Today we're going to be spending some time trying to figure out what our writer's notebook and passion project brainstorming tell us about ourselves. So I am looking at my writer's notebook entry from yesterday, and I am looking at this column here where I recorded the things that I would do if I had 24 hours. And looking at these things, you could tell that I am way older than you guys, because I did not talk about doing anything crazy like you guys were. I would wake up, I'd make coffee, I'd light candles, I'd run, I'd bake, I'd clean, I'd read, do yoga, call my sister. If you look at all of these things, try to figure out what these items in the top left box say about you. And by looking at the things that I chose to do in my 24 hours, I would say that I need to de-stress and relax. Over here, again, my school appropriate, because that's all I do, are school appropriate website searches, again, are things that deal with, managing my life, shopping, cooking, ordering things for my kids, Duolingo, which is improving my French. Things that I would research, so bottom left, race relations, so again, this idea of race in America, how human interactions are being affected by technology, and how reading affects empathy. So if you look at all of these three things, you could see that I am really concerned with how humanity is evolving. And then the three majors that I would pursue if I were immediately transported to a prestigious university: sociology, English, and geology. English I do, sociology is the study of people, geology is rocks, so the earth. If nobody would laugh at me, I would maybe get involved in bodybuilding and boxing. So our job, though, is to figure out what these things say about us. And from my perspective, I think that these interests show that I'm really concerned with the way that people work. Let me get my little pen here. So, the way that people work and kind of bettering society. Okay, so now what can you figure out about your list? So now steps 2 is trying to blend focus with passion. So by looking at my lists, if I saw overwhelmingly that most of my ideas connected with people and bettering society, I want to stick with that, but then I want to also incorporate my passion. And one of the things that I love doing is baking. Okay, so I want to try to come up with a focus that is going to be an intersection of people and bettering society and baking. Okay, and so how would I do that? So now looking at your lists, remember to look at your focus and try to add your focus to your passion. Okay, and we're going to try to work on coming up with an angle that will marry the two. So here's where it's going to get tricky. I've got idea 1, improve the world. I have idea 2, bake. I know why I bake. I bake because it relaxes me. I also bake because I love to eat all of the sweet things, but first and foremost, it relaxes me. So if I can take this idea that baking can be kind of therapeutic, I wonder if my question could be, could baking work as group therapy for people who need to de-stress. Okay, so that is where I'm going to stick for now, I think. It may not be the best, but this is something I could work with to try to tweak to really get a good focus. And again, remember, our goal is to create a question that Google cannot answer. Right? Why would you spend your time doing something that you can Google in 5 seconds? So that's going to be your task for the next few days.